Okay, so I had this pork tenderloin that I wanted to cook, and I pulled it out of the freezer, and I was busy all weekend, so I didn't get to cook it. And I just ended up sprinkling it with just some of this blackened seasoning. And I'm like, you know what would be good would be a cream. And then I have this easy cream that I make, and you can put it on top of anything. But I thought the Cajun and then this cream would be good, and then I have this heavy whipping cream that I use for Thanksgiving to make whipped cream, and I'm actually going to use it to make this really simple mustard and heavy whipping cream sauce that I'm just going to drizzle over the top of this. And it would be really good if I had like capers or something to put in there too, but I don't. So I'm just going to use these two ingredients, and I want to do about a cup, but this one is about 3/4 full, so we're just going to make the whole thing. And then I'm going to want to bring that to a boil, and just use, probably, because I don't use Dijon mustard for much, so I'm just going to actually use the rest of this too. That's 1, 2, 3, yeah, about 4. I think that'll, that way this won't go to waste. And then just stir this in. So what's gonna happen, I'll bring this to a boil, and then I'll make sure I turn it down. You wanna do like just have it simmer on a really low heat and just let it cook off. And you know, let it get thicker and all that stuff. And I have the broiler set to high. And you can do this also in a frying pan, where you could cook the tenderloin first and use the juices from that for this, which would been really good. So put a little oil in the frying pan and sear both sides of the tenderloin. And this one's probably about a 1/2 inch thick or so. You sear both sides, you can actually pull it off and start this cream. And then you could put garlic in there or whatever, and then as this cooks, you can either slice up the tenderloin and put it back in, or just put the tenderloin in whole and just kind of let it simmer there for probably another 15 minutes. And remember that you don't have to overcook pork chops anymore. It's okay to have a little bit of pink in there. Not pink like bloodied like a steak, but kind of like a rosy color. Because the days of pork being poisoned are long gone. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this start to boil. And when this starts to boil, I'm going to throw this in, because it's probably only going to take maybe 15 minutes total to cook in the broiler. And yeah, this will be a really easy, I'm just going to use this for lunches for the week. Really easy way to make this. All right, well, it started boiling, and it already smells really good. So then I turn it down to a 3, so about a medium low. And I just want it to simmer and just, basically get thicker. And spoon's hot, and the taste of it is kind of like this sweet, like tangy flavor in it. It's so good. It's so simple, and you literally can use it on anything. Like you can put this on a sandwich. Like you got like a ham and cheese sandwich, put this over the top of this. You know, you could just make this and have it sitting in something in your fridge, Tupperware in your fridge, and put it over a sandwich, put it over chicken, put it over like anything you want. It's so good. But you just have to be careful not to burn it, so you just keep randomly stirring it. And like when you cook and stir heavy whipping cream, it gets like sweet, and that Dijon mustard just kind of gives it a like tangy, and I love mustard on everything. I love mustard so much. And you can use any kind of mustard, but I have lots of mustard in my fridge. But this is the one I wanted to use up because it's the one I use the least. I feel like it's really been sitting there a while. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this tenderloin into. I just have some water on the bottom of this tray, and just give it a little vent so it can evaporate into the stove, kind of keep it moist in there. But this won't take long to cook, so I'll throw that in there. Set a timer for about 15 minutes and let this. I'm gonna turn it down even a little more. Just let this continue to simmer and stir until the pork is done. All All right, so this has been cooking about 15 minutes. Got a nice little brown on top. The entire time I've been cooking this at about 1.5, stirring every 30 seconds to a minute. I just steamed some peas, and I'm just gonna let this rest for a little bit before I cut into it. And then I'll just put it right in my Tupperware. And I'm gonna add some Parmesan cheese and sauce over the top of it, and pack it up, and then eat it for the next 2 days of lunch. All right, and here you have it. I let the tenderloin sit for about 5 minutes, 6 minutes or so. All I'm gonna do now is just dump this right over. It smells so good. Right over the top of this, and let this sit in there. And this will be my lunch. And as it sits in the fridge, this will actually thicken up even more. And I'm probably gonna end up scooping this and eating it when the pork tenderloin's gone. I did save a piece to actually put on there. Let's see how it tastes together. Good stuff on there. The pork is perfect. That is such a good sauce, and it's so easy. Heavy whipping cream and Dijon mustard. It's so delicious. That is good. And then just take some of this Parmesan cheese. Make sure it's not poison. It's safe. Put that right on top. I don't know if it's all that healthy, but it's going to be delicious. Yeah, and 20-25 minutes total to cook all this, and I have lunch for 2 days. Super easy. Like I said, you can try this sauce on anything. You can modify it any way you want, but those two simple ingredients make such a delicious sauce. I would suggest trying it.